In today's Europa Universalis 5 video, we're going to be seeing if we can survive, nay, thrive by owning only hyper-urbanized locations. You see, the world map in Europa Universalis 5 is divided into continents, which are then divided into subcontinents, which are then divided into regions, which are then divided into areas, which are then divided into provinces, which are then divided into locations, the smallest unit of terrain on the world map. And each of these locations, just like in real life, is either urban, a town, or a rural location. Rural locations, your farms, your villages, towns, you know, the in-between, a little bit of urbanization, a little bit of farms, and then of course cities. And you need all three of these locations in your country to be able to function properly. But can you function at all by owning literally just cities? I guess it's time to find out. Alright, here we are in Europa Universalis 5, ladies and gentlemen, and we're playing as the Republic of Florence. Now, of course, for this, type of playthrough, we could have just gone into the, location rank map mode and played as a one location miner, such as worms. Check that video out if you haven't already, and see if, we can survive by being only one location that's a city, but that feels a little bit cheaty and boring, so that's why I've chosen to start as Florence right here. You see, Florence already starts off with 2 out of 5 urban locations, Florence and Arezzo, and the entire area of Tuscany itself right here, which is going to be our goal to own and hyper-urbanize, is already pretty heavily urbanized with about, 40% of it being urban. We got 4 cities, we got 4 towns, and the rest of it is, rural. So in this playthrough, we're going to be seeing if we can conquer the entirety of Tuscany right here and turn it all into cities. And another thing, Florence is notorious for having no food. That's right, the Florentine people haven't invented food yet, so that's a big problem when playing as Florence. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing, man. A sort of regular playthrough as Florence right here, with the aim of owning the entirety of Tuscany and making every location into a city. Will we blow up? I guess we'll have to see. Now, aside from all of that, man, Florence is actually a pretty fun country that I've been meaning to play for quite a while now. And, we do start off with 3 cabinet slots right here, which is awesome. And another thing, if you check out the cities right here, and if we go into food production, you can see that we're negative 33% because of, because it's a city. And we already lack food in a lot of these locations right here, man, especially in the urban ones. So I think that is going to be the biggest challenge. We're going to be spending so much money on importing food. It's going to be insane. But, yeah. We start off with Signoria Tier 1 government reform. It's decent. Let me see, what other things we can grant right here. Agricultural cultivation is actually probably going to be a must right here, man. So I'm actually going to go with that immediately just to minimize some of the food shortages. Let me see if I can grant out other privileges right here. We also start off with the Florence Guilds, which is actually pretty nice. See if we need to change some laws, and then we'll immediately get into wars, man. We do need to own all of Tuscany. Yeah. Now, there are some interesting things we can grant to the nobles right here. I just don't want to make them too powerful. They're not that powerful in Florence, so I'm actually gonna grant them elaborate court life here for the cultural influence, and I'm also gonna grant them nobility controlled serfdom, which does make them quite powerful. However, minus 10% peasants' food consumption. Let's make them starve. Okay, granted out some other privileges. We didn't piss off the nobles too much. I'm satisfied. Alright, the only law we really want to change here is the distribution of power to favor the ruler. As we can see, if we do a lot of these other ones, the ones we favor, they eat more food. So it's all about food. But yeah, we're going to favor the ruler first, Parliament. Cost of purchasing food. Alrighty, with all of that done, we've started research. We can go ahead and start integrating Arezzo here, which isn't integrated. We can also start stabilizing our country and strengthening government immediately, because we do need to prepare for the Black Death. There we go. We got the Guelphs and the Ghibelline situation being active. Obviously, we're on the Pope side. The guys that want to leave the HRE, that is where we're gonna stay. We can, build up claims or spy on these guys that are in the other faction to use the force into faction CB, but really we're gonna conquer them. So yeah, that's a good thing for us. We're gonna stay in that faction. Another thing, man, as Florence, we don't got our own market. It's Genoa, Venice, and Naples right here. So when we do become rich enough, ideally we would want to create our own market, man. Create our own market. Yeah, in Florence, which actually doesn't seem that expensive. I don't know if we want to do it immediately, though. Maybe after the Black Death, although it will become more expensive. Now, an event that pretty much everyone in Italy gets, man. It's the League Against Della Scala, which is basically Verona. Either we try and contain them right here, and then we automatically end up fighting Verona next year, or we don't do that, but we absolutely tank Republican tradition. I'm really not interested in fighting Verona at all. There's not like we can... Well, actually, Lucca is their subject, isn't it? Right? Yeah, it is. It's gonna be tough to beat Verona. Lucca does have a fort. Huh. Ayo, frick it, bro. God damn, I did not think it would be that quick. It should be me and Milan here. Actually, whoa, it's a lot of people. Milan is the leader, I guess, because they're usually the declarer. Let's go ahead and see this war right here. You know, if I can somehow nab this, I would be very satisfied. Let's participate, man. Frick it. Ah, the Medicis. I do enjoy the Medicis quite a lot. In fact, there's two of them right here. This guy's pretty good. Yeah, we're gonna aim to establish sort of a little, a little bit of a Medici dynasty here, which is always nice. So, yeah, we're gonna try and keep these guys in power. Also, let's force them to create, Bebe. Yeah, if I can pop a separate piece here, it would be very nice. Now, of course, another thing about urbanizing, man, is it's actually pretty expensive to upgrade things to towns, let alone to cities. I mean, it's about 1,500, which I think it is going to be for the majority of the game. So, yeah, we need to get our money up in order to heavily urbanize. Obviously, we can't insta be, like, full urban everywhere. But if we do conquer Lucca, that's another urban location right there. Okay, Verona lost, and they forced them to release Lucca, I think. I mean, that's good-ish. I guess we'll have to see. Excellent. We can create a force into our faction CB on Volterra right here, which means we don't have to waste the parliament on that. And additionally, Volterra is allied to Crotona, which is another nice location to nab. Cool. This one is, you know, semi-urban, let's call it. A town. All right, well, we got the parliament up to 50. I'm going to ask for a law change, but I think we're going to fail this trade expedition. Oh, I pissed off the commoners too much, and now we got the Chiampi revolt, which, it's easy to avoid, but I honestly forgot about it. Yeah. Now, here we got the collapse of the Peruzzis and the Bardis. We can just do this, which, honestly, the historic option is probably the dumbest one. We can go ahead and save the banks, or we can do the collapse suits our agenda, which we can take over the loans, but then we gain this for 25 years. Honestly, it's worth it to save the banks, man. We don't want that negative 10% tax. At least we'll lose this money temporarily, you know? Wait, did Volterra expand into Pisa just now? Hell yeah. Two for me. And sea access. Alright, creating that same CB on Pisa. Pisa is currently by itself and weak, so... this is not bad either, actually. The alliances have changed. I like that. I'm literally just swapping, you know, this guy and our current guy as rulers. They're both Medicis, and it enables us to max crown power quite a lot. Yeah, it's basically this dude and his uncle keep swapping back and forth. All right, took a different guy temporarily because it was horrible if we didn't take him, but great, now I got a union, frick my life. In the Age of Renaissance, we're gonna admin focus max. Wait, there's a cost to upgrade to town or city in this one, but I think it's just, yeah, it's not even in these, is it? Yeah, it's just always there. Okay, cool. Either way, I think it's time we fight Volterra. Alliances keep switching, and it is easier to fight them in Cesena. So what I think I'm gonna do is, yeah, just eat up Volterra. Now, the self-limitation on this is we own only Tuscany. No vassals, nothing like that. You know, no cheating it, kinda. So we're not gonna do anything with Cesena, even though it's ripe for the taking. But there we go. Force into our faction, cost 10 stability, but... it is what it is. With good relations, let me actually try Scornful first. There we go, now we're chilling. Alright, took money and war ups from Cesena, easiest war of my life, and that's immediately gonna be a full annex over on Volterra. And we got sea access, excellent. Alright, everyone is married up, so we are creating the Bebes, as you can see. We are growing the Medici dynasty. We're a republic, boys, definitely, trust me. Alright, we got to force into our faction on Pisa, who are actually allied to Prato and Pistoia right here, which is awesome, man. We are getting decently lucky with these alliances. Just gonna eat up these guys, no forts, and then we're gonna siege Pisa and get this in. I think it's perfect, man. I think it's perfect. So let's go ahead and declare on Pisa. we're gonna use force into our faction, and there's the war declared. There we go. Let's raise up the levies. I'm gonna insta send them to well, actually, I'm just gonna show you guys what I'm gonna do, man. Let's put a consul in charge of one army. See if we got another Medici for the other army. We do. Send them over here. Just like that. There we go. Insta siege on both of these. Separate sue for peace. Prato is mine. And then we're also gonna do it on these guys. Because we full siege them, we can insta-annex them. Now we just send this guy over to Pisa. Split this guy into two. Send him there. And send them there. And, yeah, well, they beat my ass. Well, still, simple enough. You get the point. Oh, we can already get professional armies. Where did everything spawn? In Strasbourg? How the hell did it spread that quickly, though? Professional armies is just always so quick to spread, dude. Banking's in Genoa, and Renaissance is in Mantua. Okay, yeah, everything fairly close enough. Not rushing professional armies. There's actually still stuff I want to research in the, you know, part that we start off with already, because they're all pretty important. Gotta expand gravel road networks, so we definitely need to, you know, increase the connectivity between our locations here. Okay, and we're done with Pisa. Obviously, it's gonna be, you know, a full annex on them, take all of their money, and just like that, we're done. Okay, even though we didn't really expand that much, some of our neighbors are kinda mad-ish at us, especially at Siena right here, as you can see. So, it's time to chill for a little bit, and then see what we can get into. But at this point, man, we own, like, half of Tuscany, if we're being real. Yeah, just this little bit, all of Siena, and then Lucca, and whoever this is. Yeah, everything seems easy so far. Yeah, Siena's gonna be obviously the most annoying one, as always. I do have allies, by the way. I've linked up with Milan and the Pope. Okay, Black Death has spawned. As always, I'm forgetting to build up some hospitals. You know what I'm saying, so pretty expensive. Alright, the Black Death is here. I've managed to put down a couple of hospitals. Now, to isolate cities, man, yeah, we can't. It's not in cities yet, and it does cost 40 stability, dude. It's not that worth it, man. Honestly, just procure the remedies, and we can, you know, find the culprits for, you know, this, which honestly doesn't matter. We just gain free stability pretty much. We do want to move the court into hiding as well. So there we go. That's what we're going to do. Yeah, 3 hospitals are down. I'm going to put down a couple more once we get the money. We basically got them in all of our urban locations, which is, you know, here. I just need to put down, in Prato and Pistoia, we need more. I got in Florence and Arezzo in them, I think. Well, the Black Death, you know, it went through our country. We lost about as many people as expected. You know, usually the standard, you know, 30 to 40%. Yeah, right now we're still chilling, man. Aggressive expansion has died down with a lot of the countries around us. As you can see, I'm, you know, improving with countries that could be mad, used to be mad, the standard. So, Parliament just passed through. If we take a look at the Guelphs and the Ghibellines, okay, Lucca is a country we could, do. What about someone smaller, like Crotona, and who is this right here? Perugia. If we hit Perugia... Okay, and what if we hit these guys? It's the same, isn't it? Oh, these guys are a Bologna subject. And Perugia comes in. I would do this war for only these two. Then. I'm gonna wait a little bit. Actually, we don't need RGO size in rural, man. We're not gonna have rural, so let's get rid of that, and we can, I was gonna say embrace professional armies, but stability is fairly low. Yeah, frick it. We'll just do, this other branch right here. Food production is something we definitely need, though, so let's push down towards max literacy, and then maximum RGO size in towns and cities. City rights cost, you know, founding cities and towns is cheaper. Yeah, good things over here. And that's the end of the Black Death. All right, well, next wartime, I'm gonna go ahead and hit this Bolognese vassal right here. These are the only 2 locations we want from this war. It shouldn't be that bad. So, yeah, let's go, boys. Okay, quick piece on Perugia right here. Very nice. And dude, actually, we're already done, man. We're already done. Let's get war ups and Bologna's money as well, and there we go. Well, that was very easy. Okay, that little portion of the border of Tuscany on lock. All we need is Siena, Lucca, and then this one province owned by Malaspina. Cool. I actually like that quite a lot. And by the way, that's, well, I was gonna say one more urban location acquired, but no. But yeah, at least we can get like 2 more cities, man. Lucca and Siena. And of course, we're gonna build everything else up as well. But right now, the balance is fairly normal. What you would have in a normal game. We definitely need to look into establishing our own market now, though. Create market. Obviously, it's going to be more expensive than it was at the start. Yeah, 337. Okay, let's gather up money for that. Income is actually not that bad. This still keeps showing up, by the way, man. I gotta... what I do when it shows up is I stop taxing the commoners as much. And we've embraced professional armies for free because it's spread to the max. Oh, what the hell? And this, and this. I'm still playing on 1.0.4, by the way, because everything after that seems busted for some reason, so that's why this still keeps happening. That's actually one thing they fixed in these next patches that you guys watching this video are probably playing on. But look at this Bologna, man. They got actually so many provinces in Italy, it's nutty. Luckily, they don't have anything in Tuscany so far. Yeah, we'll get, like, banking for free, too. It'll spread to the max. I'm still researching the generic stuff because it's stuff I actually want, and banking and professional armies, at the start at least, they're not that needed. What I want is Renaissance for the government reforms, and then the cabinet seats, the crown power, which is always nice. And then there's actually some unique Florentine stuff over here. There it is. The artist and skill of new artist is nice, and then there's another one. I think it's in the regular tree. For where it is, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, it's right there. There it is. Army tradition and the Florentine citizen militia, which is kind of nice. Then again, the dock is in banking, which we do need, but yeah, we'll get it. Okay, this is either gonna be awesome or awful. Usually it's awesome. Honestly, it's about the same for now. Not that many people in the Florence market. Obviously, we took a chunk out of Genoa mostly, and we basically split these three. But yeah, now we can work on putting down even more marketplaces. Hey, the Pope would come in versus Luca. They're the other guys, right? Yeah, we can spy up on them, so let's use the parliament for something smart. I insulted them 50 times, and I still got great relations, man. God damn it, bro. I don't want to use 20 stability on this. It's basically a freaking no CB. What about Siena? Yeah, great relations on Siena too. Jesus Christ, they're like the Ferrara and these guys. Oh, frick it. We'll just have to use up the stability, man. It doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and hit Luca, force into our faction. Look, well, no CB I guess isn't that bad. I already sent insults, by the way. All right, there we go. Let's finish off Luca. In the meantime, though, I've been spamming up quite a few marketplaces, which is nice. We're taking quite a while, obviously, because of the fort. Meanwhile, we're expanding the Florence market by offering market access preference to various guys. That's why, for example, like Milan is in. Also, how... Oh, that's the Pope. Okay. Yeah, we got the Western Schism going on. I keep showing support to the Pope, so I'm absolutely farming religious thingies right here. We can go ahead and sanctify our guy right here, which is always nice. And yeah, in the meantime, via Parliament, I built up a claim on these guys. As soon as I'm done with Luca, we're gonna go ahead and hit them. Okay, that took a while, but we're chilling. There's all of Luca ours. Now, really the food problems, that's when they start, when you make your own market as Florence. But it's either have food, but don't make that much money, or make more money, but don't have food, you know? It's, you can't win. Now, obviously, what we would do to fix the food situation is, you know, build up all of those food production buildings and stuff. Why is there no building in Poggibonsi? And actually, there's very few buildings in other areas, too. What the hell? Yeah, I haven't been doing a lot of construction. I'm gonna be honest, but yeah, we would build up the food buildings, which would temporarily help us, and it's not like they wouldn't help us when it's not rural, but yeah, like expanding farms, for example. All right, let's actually go ahead and hit these guys. Now they're even so low, so yeah. Wow, that took like a day. Cool. We're already integrating Luca anyway. Who the hell is this? Oh, we can form Tuscany already? Sure. It's not like anything happens. This is EU5 after all. There we go. We're officially the Republic of Tuscany. Cool. Yeah, right. You had to own a certain number of locations, right? You can do it without owning everything. I would change the requirements to own all of Tuscany to form Tuscany, honestly. It's not even that hard. Wait. You're trying to tell me the thingies aren't the same for Florence and Tuscany? The artist thing went away, man. But even, yeah, I guess it's better, because if we had researched that, it would just go away. So, do we have the other one? We still got a Florentine citizen militia, and there's actually one in the Age of Traditions, or a couple. Okay, that we keep. That's a good one. There should be another one here. Oh, right, yeah, fine cloth output. Yeah, okay, we do keep those, but we lost the artist one. Unless I'm blind, and it wasn't in Renaissance, but I thought it was in Renaissance. Okay, only Sienna left. Ah, finally, dock. Okay, we need to build up some of these because I want lights to, you know, and the light is actually next. We want them to, you know, project maritime control. So let's build up a couple of docks, eh? Pisa and Lucca. Wait, why is this our flag? Is it because we don't have a Medici right now? What the hell is that flag, dude? Now, at this point, man, we can already start upgrading. So if we take a look at this, Livorno, obviously the next one that needs to become a town. Yeah, but I think Livorno we just conquered, right? Or no, it's down here. Okay, yeah, let's bump it up. Could put down another dock there too, which is nice. We do want to prioritize the coast. Yeah, the flag does change depending on the dynasty. It's just there's not enough, well, there are enough Medicis, but it'll always offer someone else too, you know? Alright, Ferrara could be kind of a pain in the ass, but we can go ahead and hit Siena, man. They're the final nation we needed to wrap up the conquest of Tuscany, so let's get ready to rumble. Alright, well, they've picked up another ally in the meantime, so frick it, let's just go in on Siena. It's gonna be long because of, what you call it, because, the fort. But we're cool. Siena has been sieged down and they're willing to accept. This will make some people quite angry, like the two banks, but it's okay because we're not going to be doing any more conquering after that. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. In just a couple of decades, I'd say we own all of Tuscany, which was our goal. Perfect. Okay. So now that all of that is in place, we can really start focusing on you know, the urbanization and stuff like that. Control is looking pretty good. We've built up roads to most of our land. We just need to push a couple of down to what you call it, to here, here, and then here, and we'll be good. Integrate that. Of course, everything is gonna be our core because everything is you know, Tuscan culture. Although this one, why is it so Median? And wait, this one is a million too. Assholes, we will need to convert those to Tuscan. Okay, another location being upgraded to a town. Right now we're just chilling, boys, integrating, you know, the stuff that we've conquered from Lucca and those guys, and then Siena, and then we'll need to do some culture converting, obviously, but yeah, built up the ships, doing maritime protection, upgrading a location whenever we can. Obviously, you know, some of these, they're very, like, low population, and you need to hit a certain, you know, number of pops in order to be upgrading it to, you know, a different tier or whatever. But, you know, we'll get there when we get there with prioritizing migration to a certain location. Hell yeah, bridges. We do got roads everywhere, so obviously bridges and then pound lock canals and counting houses regarding the, you know, the buildings that we need to control max and crown power max. So far, I gotta say, food, not as much of a problem. We did start having problems, you know, when we created the Florence market. However, it's not that bad. But of course, we do still got rural locations and we are, you know, importing a little bit. All right, well, I've researched most of the things, at least the early things that I want from banking. Renaissance isn't that expensive anymore, so I'm gonna take it. And let's go ahead and get that government reform and cabinet seat and the crown power and the university, because we do want to, what you call it, cultural influence max. All right, Siena's been integrated, which means now we can assimilate pops into Tuscan over in Grosseto. Obviously, you know, there are different cultures in, well, actually, it's mostly immediately gonna start doing this one. Okay, not mad at that at all. Meanwhile, quick progress check on the Guelphs and the Ghibellines. We are leading. So we will be able to leave the HRE, which is awesome, which means there is a realistic possibility. Wait, we're still a county? We can always ask the Emperor to elevate us, to be honest. Who the hell is the Emperor now? It's Bohemia. If we go into diplomatic actions, that should be Imperial? Ask for ducal rights. Yeah, I can't believe I always forget to do that, man. There we go, very nice. Let's rival, like, Cremona or someone. Perfect. But yeah, after we leave the HRE, we should be able to get to a kingdom. Yeah, most likely we're gonna have to pop max. Yeah. We don't even have 1 million people, dude. Only 585,000. That's a far cry away from the 3,660,000 that are present in Tuscany today. Of course, I know this because I am Tuscan. I'm from Poggibonsi. Oh, nice event right there. Nice event. A little bit of dev everywhere. That's cool. God damn, man. There are no freaking viable Medicis for anything. That actually kind of sucks. And it's not like we lost the dynasty. There are still a lot of people, but it's mostly women, as always. And, yeah. Albizzi. Who the hell is this guy? This guy's Abate. I guess we don't really care now, do we? Now, of course, I'm gonna support the people of Paribansi because those are my people. Now, we can choose our third government reform right here, and I'm gonna be honest, all of them kinda suck. And we obviously can't... well, we could swap out of Signoria, man. If we swap out of Signoria, it costs 20 stab, which actually isn't that bad. And we could then pick up... let me see if I can find it. Merchant Republic. Or wait, no. Or wait, yes, actually, right? I thought this had something else, though. Ah, they removed it. It had a free... It had a free slot. So you could technically take... oh, this one's free. This one's free. Dynastic Signoria. Yeah, but we don't got the Medicis, and I kind of wanted them in power if we flip to Dynastic. Do we flip out? I mean, I guess we could always flip out of it. Flip out of Signoria, it's only 20. So what do we go with now? Sortition for the tax efficiency? Honestly, probably, yeah. Even though it makes the burghers more powerful, this is nice. Now, of course, we could always accept Emilian and Median. It's literally not that bad. There we go, it's accepted now, right? So yeah, that'll turn into a core. Let's start tolerating Median as well, and we'll accept it when we have the prestige. It's not gonna take us over. Well, frick, the other guys won. And once again, we stay in the HRE. Oh, well. Well, at least I elevated myself to a duchy. Wait, when the hell did France do this? I know they fought the Pope. Goddamn. Wait, did I break it? So I removed Signoria, and I can't pick anything else. And I'm not even talking about these where you need to be something. Like, for example, we can't even go back to this. Why? It doesn't tell me why, though. Yeah, I can't change to anything else. Yeah, I can't add another one, dude. What the hell? Well, this is just stupid. You know, the thing that let us remove it might have even been the busted part. We might not really have been able to remove it or something like that. I don't get it. Well, at least we don't got this anymore. So... But I can't take anything else, dude. I can't even take any of the other, like, these, right? Institute reform, or, alright, it's not institute, it's... Oh, there it is, now there it is. Okay, now can I be the other things? Yes, okay, I fixed it, cool. So, we don't want to be this, even though it's gonna give us a fourth one, technically, because we don't have the Medicis, and I'm role-playing a little bit, even though we've lost them almost completely. Merchant Republic is frickin' banging, actually. For the trade capacity. We're not integrating, so there's no negative things for us. These are the major ones down at the bottom. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna swap to Merchant Republic, man. But that has in turn taken away agricultural cultivation from us. So we need to bring it back, I guess? Sure. Okay. I guess that's how it works. Meanwhile... And here I'm gonna go for open institutions. And I'm gonna change this law to authoritarianism. And look, man, Merchant Republic is already helping out the income quite a lot. Alright, just queued up a bunch of research right here, man. The bureaucracy law for centralized bureaucracy, pop promotion speed is nice. More income from minting, burger satisfaction, stab investment, maritime trade advantage. Then we got cost of court, medicaments, you know, some stuff that we don't need in the meantime, but I'm getting to stuff I do need. Proximity cost, literacy for nobles, neighbor morale, the Mediterranean galley, prosperity, expanding raw materials, construction speed, legislative efficiency. I'm basically pretty much not researching anything from professional armies right here because, well, we don't need them. There are some good things, for example, obviously, like having a professional army, but yeah, we since we're not expanding like that, we're just focusing on other things. We're researching other things. Oh, the entree pot, almost forgot. We don't have it just yet, but I do need to research it up. There it is. There we go. Let's upgrade my hometown to a town. It was a village before that. Yeah, getting pretty heavily urbanized, especially up in the north, man. Taking a look at population, we should be able to upgrade everything to a town, right? Even this one, I don't think there's a population requirement for a town. As far as I can tell, no, there isn't, but there is for a city, for example. So, I think you can have less than 30,000 people and upgrade to a city. Let's see if we want to do Prato, for example. Yeah, we need 30k people, I think. Yeah, that's right. So we will need to promote migration to places we want to build up. But already we can do some, like Livorno. And then Borgo, San Lorenzo, and Fosse di Novo are pretty close as well. Obviously, with that urbanizing everywhere, the control everywhere will be really nice. You know, we're just putting down temples right now, plus 5% max control, which is awesome. And a stud farm? We're building a stud farm, like the little Lego things you collect in Lego Star Wars? Is that what that is? Centralized bureaucracy, obviously. Let's see how the values are looking. Yeah, we're gearing towards centralization, which is nice. Nah, this is busted for some reason, bro. There's actually no one we can put in our cabinet. How is it possible? Everyone died at the same time. And it's not like I wasn't breeding them, dude. I was. It's just, you know, everyone keeps getting girls. And sure, you can get them in the parliament as well, but dude, it's 20 legitimacy, man. That's like too much. That's like way too much. It shouldn't cost legitimacy, I don't know. Still chill right now, boys. We can add some more saints, upgraded some more locations to towns. I'm just doing some economic buildings now, actually putting up a lot of tailors guilds because we do have some nice fine cloth stuff for us going as Tuscany. So if we take a look at the tailors guilds right here, they will provide quite a lot of profits. We do have people to employ over there. Control is looking very nice, if I do say so myself. The only location that's still not a core is... Ah, there it is. I was gonna say this one because we don't have prestige, but we do finally have prestige. Let's see, and we should be able to accept Median. It'll be 0.29. Oh, no, we don't have enough people. Ugh. Yeah, I kind of stopped converting it, bro, because it was like so slow. Might as well lock one of the cabinet guys into doing that. Let's tell this guy to... Alrighty then. Alright, man, at this point, still chilling. Just started granting town rights to these two right here. So when we do Mangona, it'll be, you know, as soon as that one is done, we will have no more completely rural locations, which is, you know, sort of halfway towards our goal. After that, of course, we're gonna have to start gathering up some serious cash, and we're already making pretty good money, I gotta say. And we'll have to start upgrading our, you know, towns to cities. I mean, we can insta-do Livorno, Fosse di Novo, Borgo San Lorenzo, but after that, man, we're gonna have to start enticing people to move to some of these other locations so we can get 30,000 people and upgrade them to the cities. You know, on these right here, a couple of these, it'll be fairly... I don't want to say easy, but it won't be that slow. But on a lot of these other ones, man, especially on the ones that have like less than 20,000 people, it's gonna be, yeah, I don't know how we're gonna be able to do that, man. But we'll give it a shot. We'll give it a shot. Aside from that, Medicis are somehow back in power. I guess all of those tiny guys grew up. As we can see, man, the dynasty, it's not like it's non-existent, but it's all freaking women, dude. Which, you know, we can't get them into the positions we want to get them in. Oh, this guy... Wait, he's her son? Interesting. That's the main Milan guy. Okay, cool. Yeah, look, like it's so many women, dude. I need... Yeah, they need to tweak this, man. They need to tweak this. I feel like it's 80% you get, you know, girls as children, as opposed to dudes. And there's Mangona. So we officially are, you know, getting everything up to non-rural. I gotta say, no problems so far, man. I really am not seeing the downside. And look, control is freaking banging. What? What the... I got declared on by Aragon. Aragon, Granada, and Cagliari. Why is Luxembourg and Cat's Elbow on my side? Luxembourg might be the emperor. They're defending me. Yes, they are. Now, why would they do that? I mean, I can get actually a pretty good amount of levies, dude. And I actually, quite a while ago, I canceled the research on that other stuff and started going down the army because why not, right? We're rich, might as well have a big standing army. Okay. I mean, I don't really got war boats, but then again, I don't even really want to prevent them from landing, do I? Okay, let's see what, let's see what this is. Spammed up a bunch of paper makers, by the way, because they're... seem to be the most profitable right now. War goal is Pisa. Okay, well, at least I'm gonna make money out of this war. I can probably get Aragon's money and war reps. Yeah, we really should be doing the census every time we can, because that gives us population growth. Oh, okay, we got, by the way, I broke off the alliance with the Pope way earlier when France fought them, but we just got the Hussite wars happening right here. We can help the Pope in fighting Bohemia, But that kind of sucks, but let's not rush into action. Meanwhile, nothing's happening, man. 100 guys tried to land, and that's it. So, oh, way to go, Aragon. I haven't ever seen them take Granada, though, which is cool. What? Oh my god, the game is broken. You guys see it, don't you? Castile didn't fight Portugal. What the hell? I've actually never seen that happen. I've never seen Castile not fight Portugal. Hey now, you're a rock star. There's our first city that we build. I like that, man. I like that. Livorno, hell yeah. I was gonna focus on the, on the coastline first, but yeah, we can do Fossi di Novo as well, yeah, because we'll be able to get, like, very nice control over there. Wow. All right, well, yeah, that was cool, Aragon. That was definitely a fun thing to do, I have to say. Well, it finally flipped to Tuscan, and our last location is finally a core. Excellent. Everyone just became so mad at me for some reason. I was making like 130 per month, but everyone got mad, and now I'm not taxing anyone. It's cool, though. Upgrading Fossi di Novo. Hell yeah. Citying it up, baby. Citying it up. Look at control. It's pristine. Yeah, we're urbanizing even more, and still no downside, man. Still no downside. This is... Well, actually, look, Bohemia is honestly pretty heavily urbanized itself as well. So is Meissen right here, but no one has towns, man. Obviously, the Pope does this a lot too, but yeah, this is where it's at, man. The Tuscan megalopolis, yo. Famous for wine? Hell no, it's like Tokyo, bro. It's just like Tokyo. Is this like the ultimate way of playing tall in EU5? I gotta say, because, you know, we got not that big of a number of locations. Obviously, playing this Tuscany feels like you're playing freaking England in EU4, but still, you know, where I'm taking a look at the buildings. Okay, this one right here, boom, this is most profitable. We got the army up, protecting maritime trade, doing trading in our own little market right here, making nice money. You know, everything is pretty stable, control maxing. Funnily enough, I don't have the satisfaction map mode up, but most everyone is pretty happy. Let's see, these guys aren't happy because, I don't know why. I just made them mad. Might be due to an event or something like that, but, yeah. Yeah, I think I just made them mad. But yeah, overall, pretty nice. Pretty nice, if I do say so myself. Everything else around us is going crazy. Biz is gone. Ottoman's got this. Pretty big Serbia right here. Karaman's expanded. Georgia is big as always. Pretty standard over here. And yeah, the craziest thing, man. These guys not fighting each other. Hey, now this guy's freaking banging, man. Yeah, 90, 70, 91. Nice. Wow, this is actually insane. The golden age of Consul Bernardo de Medici. So we can focus on administration. We gain... No, wait a minute. Until their death. But does he also need to be in charge? And also, what's the point of a temporary governor form? Now, these two are obviously great, don't get me wrong, but a temporary governor form? Okay, this one's whatever. This one we absolutely don't need. A balanced approach. I mean, let's go with this one. It's not like we'll keep re-electing him or whatever, right? So, yeah, kind of weird. I'm not sure if I agree with a temporary government reform, if I'm being honest, but let's go with plutocratic ethos, honestly. Something that I'm doing in my free time is I'm taking over loans because I can do that. Okay, but now we officially don't have a location that we can upgrade to a city. Pistoia, I guess, would be the closest, so... that should be where? Where's Pistoia? I can't... right there. 27,000. So if we wanna... where is it? Encourage migration. And this guy's actually 100. That would be freaking banging. So, yeah, to Pistoia. Let's encourage migration to Pistoia. That's what we're gonna do. See how fast we get it up from, well, whatever it is. 27,162 to 30k. It's actually not that bad. We're getting in like 200 people a month, which is not as slow as I thought it'd be. Now, granted, this one was fairly close, but yeah, it's gonna take a while for these. But now we no longer have a location with less than 10,000 people, which is awesome. Oh, this is cool. So look, a lot of these countries, man, obviously with the way events are in EU5 being the main way of fun instead of missions, which I don't agree with, but it is what it is. It's not like I hate it. Apparently, okay, I'm just assuming here, if you get a powerful enough guy as Florence, or slash Tuscany, it will sort of steer you towards becoming, you know, a sort of a semi-monarchy as Tuscan right here with keeping the Medicis in power. There it is, look. We can add the dynastic Signoria government reform, right? The one we actually wanted to swap to. But because we didn't know this could happen, right? How many times would you need to play Florence slash Tuscany or get a good ruler to know this would happen? It's not like the events listed on the wiki or anything. I guess as Florence slash Tuscany, you're kind of supposed to swap out of a regular Signoria into dynastic one, which is awesome. However, the thing is, we already swapped to Merchant Republic, which is actually really good for our finances. So I'm not doing it. And in no time, we got enough people in Pistoia. Excellent. Okay, what's the next one I want to do? Volterra. Also another thing, right? Instead of being bothered with, you know, doing cabinet stuff manually, I have it on automatic, and they do, but pretty much do stuff I want them to do. But what are you converting in Lucca exactly? And what government are you strengthening here exactly? Right? You can only do one of these at a time. Interesting. Honestly, this is not taking as long as I thought it would, man. Yeah, very nice. So there we go. Volterra's done as well, which means the next one we gotta push it to, obviously they'll get longer and stuff like that, is Prato. Yeah. Yeah, but look at how much we're spending now on food, dude. It is a problem, isn't it? Obviously we got like food buildings, like for example the farming village, the fishing village. That's just capacity though. We want production percentage, forest village. Irrigation, yeah. Yeah, irrigation honestly is what we want to spam up. There's quite a lot of these we can do. So I'm actually gonna, well, I was gonna say cancel the Spinner's Guild, but no. Yeah, let's put down a lot of irrigation. Nice, got Prato up there as well. Now we're doing Poggibonsi. You know, I was interested in seeing what the map looks like with all these cities on it. Yeah, nice. We're looking mint, bro. Look at that, yeah? Yeah, Siena, Florence, nice and big. Look at how big Pisa is. All of this, very nice. You know, you should be able to click on, like, individual buildings, right? Or is that a different map mode? Or it's right there, actually. No, it's the army. Mended the food situation a little bit, if I'm being honest. And there we go, folks. We've hit the age of discovery. Once again, I'm gonna go admin focus right here. But obviously, all of the, especially the printing press that spawns in this age, man, is going to be a major help to us in increasing, you know, control and stuff like that, even though it's already pretty freaking banging. However, the problem is printing press is the slowest one to spread, even though we're in Italy and we get everything so fast. But yeah, pretty close to getting Poggibonsi up here to 30k. Well, we're doing Arezzo too, and that was the last one of the provinces that had more than 20,000 people in, and now Cortona, we're doing the first one that has less than 20k people. I'd say, man, we're... seems about the same-ish, doesn't it? If we take a look at it like this, yeah, about same-ish, honestly, between city and town. Alright, we've been chilling for quite a bit, still doing the same thing, you know, nothing really to be updated on. This is what we're looking like right now. I'm doing Pitigliano right here. I'm actually gonna embrace, because we don't really care about Pike and Shot. Printing press still hasn't spawned yet, by the way. I'm actually gonna go ahead and embrace Meritocracy here, man, and you know, research from it is gonna be super fast. There are very cool things in Meritocracy, it's just that they're weak, right? Because it's, you know, a first age type of thing. But yeah, we're still gonna do things. Yeah, we're doing like 15% a month. Oh, finally there's the printing press. I gotta say, one of the weirdest North Italys I've seen ever in EU4. Like, you don't got the traditional guys being powerful. Milan is weird. We got guys that I don't know who they are. Guys are different colors. Like, what is Piacenza here doing? They're a fiefdom of Bohemia. Excellent. Novara as well. How lovely. What about Bologna? They are... Why are they blue, though? Yeah, why did they change color? Is it a custom guy? They're not a subject of anyone. Yeah, look, it's so weird. And look, you got Naples actually losing land, which they never do. They lost land to Venice and Serbia. Interesting things happening this game. And the Italian wars have started. I am the leader of which one? The Third Italian League. I mean, we don't really care about this, do we? We've been peaceful for so long. Oh, so Castile already has land here? Wow. Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. All right, well, Auto embraced Pike and Shot. I'm about to do the same to New World, but I'm actually going to take it manually because even though I don't care about the military, there's cool things to do in Pike and Shot, especially for, money and stuff like that, right? So we definitely want to do trade capacity. We also want to do burger rights, but maybe later. Food production we definitely need. We want, yeah, let's see, maritime presence right here. Proximity cost through maritime. We want iron output, silver, copper, tin. We do got those things, I think. Maybe we don't. Wait, actually, let me see. Why the frick am I researching without seeing it? We don't got any of that. Well, we do got tin and iron in like 2 provinces. Is it worth it for that? I don't think so. So let's pull back on these because we're not producing any of those. In that case, we don't want that or that. I can just go down to this and this. Yeah, we do got an extra government reform all the way at the bottom of Pike and Shot, but don't need that. Don't need that. This one is a good one. Yeah, nothing. Oh, this one is actually really good. Hey, Leonard da Vinci. They finally removed his glasses, though. He used to look goofy as hell, but of course. I've been rejecting all of these guys right here. That's why I keep tanking prestige, because we truly get so many artists, and the costs for them are insane. But now I literally have nothing to do with my money, so of course we're gonna take him. He's an artist. Interesting. I mean, of course he would, because in EU4, you know, he was an advisor. But yeah. Now I wonder how the hell does this happen? Look, 4 out of 3. So yeah, we swapped this one, and then we got this one back. I probably bugged something out over here, man. I'm not gonna lie, by swapping out a Signoria. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. After ages of getting Grosseto up to 30,000 people, man, I finally started upgrading it to a city. If we go back to the locations, man, you know, everything is pretty nice and dandy. You know, it's not like the ones we built up are depopulating, but look at this, dude. We still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 towns that we gotta get up to 30k in order to make them into cities. And we already got actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and now it's gonna be 15 cities. So we're definitely, like, what's that, like 65% super hyper urbanized. Yeah, that's not bad at all. I'm gonna start encouraging migration to whatever the next one is, I guess. Pescia right here, but yeah, it took, I don't know how long it took. It took a very long time to do that. Yeah, because the less low population locations you have, as far as I can see, the harder it is to get people to go there, man. Because, you know, in the earlier ones, it was easy. It mainly draws from the low population ones to get them into here, right? It's not like it's going to draw from Florence or whatever, even though people from Florence are probably going over there. But, yeah, like the less of these you have, the harder it is. And obviously, the more people we got to move there. And there we go, folks. Now that I've granted city rights to Grosseto here as well, I think that is honestly a pretty good place to call this campaign, man. We played way longer than I even thought we would. I've actually been playing for many hours today. Of course, it is completely possible to upgrade all of the remaining locations right here to cities proper. It's just gonna take such a long time now because migration has, you know, it's significantly slowed down due to what I just explained right here. So I think even with just this level of hyper-urbanization, man, I think we've proven, honestly, that it's completely not just possible, but absolutely amazing and excellent to play in a completely urbanized or even hyper-urbanized country right here. You know, it's not like we played a one location miner that was just a city, or a one province miner even that was just a city. I mean, we took over an entire area right here, comprised of 6 provinces. We have more than 30 locations right here, I think, and yeah, it's completely possible. There's literally, I don't see, honestly, any downsides to what we've been just doing. Honestly, in fact, I'm seeing a lot more positives rather than negatives, man, and especially in a region such as Italy, because with all of this urbanization, man, it's enabled us to get extremely high control, build extremely good buildings. Like, for example, if we take a look at the buildings right here, man, we got, you know, bridges in every single province that has a river right here. All of those are awesome for, what you call it, for control. We've put down cathedrals everywhere, which are really nice for migration and stuff like that. We got, you know, what's some other things I built up? Let me try and find them. You know, marketplaces everywhere, temples everywhere, pound lock canals, universities, counting houses. We're projecting excellent maritime control over here, roads everywhere. You know, every single good thing that we could have built up, we have built up, and our control is so awesome because you know, if it's a town or a city, obviously you can get way more control than you normally would. So we really are extracting almost everything we can from our country here. Obviously, you know, it's a bit harder to project control, for example, up in the mountains right here, so that's why those are low. But even that, man, even with all of that, it's very nice. We consolidated Tuscany in the early portion of the game, and after that we stayed peaceful, we chilled, we played tall, and as we can see, man, economy is booming right here, even without too much you know, messing around with stuff like this. For example, if we get this down to a you know, unacceptable level like that, not even wasting that much on food, which I thought would be our biggest problem. We could, of course, be making way more on trade right here, but that's whatever. You know, we could be taxing all of these guys more, but we do want to keep them happy and stuff like that. So honestly, man, we grew our tax base quite a lot. In fact, what's that, like 1,000,000% right there? Population is very nice too, pretty close to 1 million people, almost completely Tuscan, almost completely Catholic, just 459 people following Judaism. So honestly, man, I don't see the downsides. I mean, obviously, this is not something you could really do, or, well, I guess you could, as someone that's huge like Hungary or France or Castile or England or someone like that. But, you know, with someone with this size, shoot, I'd even do it with someone even bigger, man. I'd honestly try and do it with a country that's about this big. Obviously not gunning everything towards cities, but definitely a mixture of cities and towns. I honestly don't see the downside. So, you know, the question that we asked in the intro of this video, is it not only possible to survive, but also thrive by owning only cities and I guess a couple of towns? Yes, absolutely yes. I definitely recommend people watching this video, if you want a different type of campaign, to give something like this a shot, because honestly, it was pretty fun playing tall over in EU5. So yeah, quite an enjoyable campaign. If you enjoyed this video, man, make sure to leave a like if you haven't already. It really helps out a lot and lets me know that you want to see more campaigns like this. Subscribe if you haven't already to stay up to date on when new videos drop every other day. And yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed watching. That's it for me for now. See you next time.